The only reason I bring that up is because it's going to continue to make this harder and harder for an AFC North team to get a wild card spot.
Agreed.
The more these teams win that are in second place. Now, I know the Bengals are only a game behind those teams at 5-4. I understand it. But the Bengals' schedule the rest of the way is ranked as the second hardest schedule in the NFL.
It's brutal. And not only that, so what matters the most when you look at the schedule is the AFC opponents that we play, because we got to win some AFC games. If we end up tying with like the Patriots, we have to have more AFC wins than NFC wins. That's just how the wild card works.
Yep.
They do it based off of conference, and it's brutal. The AFC opponents are brutal. We got to replay all of our divisional opponents again. We already lost to all of them once.
Yep.
We go to Pittsburgh this week. That's never going to be an easy game in Pittsburgh. So let's just get that out of our heads right now. We got to come into this seriously, and we got to have a good game plan going in there, no messing around. Then we go to Tennessee, and we already know how that went in the divisional round of the playoffs last year. Got to do a better job protecting Joe Burrow back there. We might have DJ Reader back this week. If not, maybe the following week in Tennessee. Then we go back home in Cincinnati to play the Chiefs. We're down our best corner, Awuzie. That's going to be a tough game. The Browns, again, run the damn ball, Zach. Then we go to Tampa. And Tom Brady, they look pretty good against Seattle. I don't know if it was just because the two teams played in Munich and they had a better game plan. But Tampa may or may not be back. So, and then the Patriots, Bill Belichick, can't count him out. Play the Bills. We already know that the Bills got some cracks, but so do we. Let's see who exploits their cracks better.
If the season ended right now, in the American Football Conference, if the season ended right now,
Yeah.
Kansas City, who's on the Bengals schedule, is a 1 seed. Miami, the 2 seed. Tennessee, and we'll get to them in a minute, because somebody around here said Tennessee's pretty good. Can't remember who that was. They are on the Bengals schedule. The 4 seed, the Baltimore Ravens, they are on the Bengals schedule. The 6 seed, the Buffalo Bills, are on the Bengals schedule. The 7th seed, the New England Patriots, are on the Bengals schedule. And if you can believe this, and this gets back to your point, Casey, about conference games, the Los Angeles Chargers would be the final team in the AFC to make the playoffs because they win a tiebreak over the Bengals based on the best winning percentage in conference games. This time a year ago, and everybody keeps going back to last year, this time a year ago, the Bengals were 5-4. We know their schedule down the stretch, not as daunting as the schedule this year, but one significant difference in last year and this year at 5-4. This time a year ago, the Bengals were 2-1 inside their division. This year, as you just said, they're 0-3. I think they have to sweep their division.
Yeah. They got
to have a legitimate chance at the playoffs, whether it be as a division champion or a wild card. Because if they keep going like they're going right now, and you flounder around, maybe you beat the Browns, maybe you beat the Steelers, but then you turn around and lose to Baltimore, you're 2-4 in the division. If it comes down to now your conference record is tie break or division record as tie break, they're behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, I think here's the scenario that has to happen for us to have a secured wild card spot and or just straight up the division win. We got to either sweep our division, which puts us at 5-3 in the conference, and then sneak out a win from Tennessee or Kansas City or Buffalo.
Or New England.
Or New England. We'll say we got to sneak out a win from Kansas City, Buffalo, or Kansas City or Buffalo or Tennessee.
Well, you got to beat New England. Because right now they're ahead of you technically in the – I mean, they have to – look, they got to beat everybody or close to everybody, but they cannot lose. They cannot lose to New England because if it comes down right now, New England's ahead of the Bengals for a playoff spot right now. The Patriots. Are you kidding me? Think about that for a minute. Maybe we should lower our grades on the Cincinnati Bengals for the first half than what we had them last week. Can you name me 3 players on the New England Patriots offense?
Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, and...
Yeah, but only one of those guys can play at one time.
All right, I'll give you a good one. Ramondre Stevenson.
Okay.
He's a good running back.
Okay. All right, but you know what I'm saying, the point I'm making. Okay, even some of the most hardcore football fans out there can't name anybody besides Mac Jones on that Patriots offense. You could rip off 5 names as a better than average football fan that the Bengals have on offense, right?
Right.
And the Bengals defense, no doubt, is better than the Patriots defense. Yet right now we sit here and the Bengals are behind the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Chargers, who have missed, they put up that graphic last night. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Of their 3 receivers, and Williams and Allen and the other guy who's out for the year with an ACL, they haven't had anybody. And if the season, it would be like Jamar Chase missing 7 games. It would be like T. Higgins missing 5 games. And it'd be like Tyler Boyd being out for the season. That's exactly what the Chargers have in their wide receiving core. They put up a graphic last night. They had some cat they brought in who's a journeyman who's played like 60-something games. And then they have like 4 guys that haven't played in 15 games combined. And you mean to tell me that that team is ahead of the Cincinnati Bengals? That's the greatest indictment of Zach Taylor that I think you can make, okay? If you want to pretty much guarantee yourself a chance to get into the postseason, whether it be as a divisional champion or risky, albeit, a wild card. But you got to get to 10. 9 ain't going to do it. You got to get to 10 because you got teams already in the wild card hunt sitting at 6, okay? So you got to sweep the division. That gives you 8 wins. So that's victories over Baltimore and Cleveland here at home. And then, of course, this Sunday against the Steelers. That puts you at 8. To get to 10, you would then need to win 2 of the following 4 games. Kansas City, Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Tennessee. Now, you guys like your chances of sweeping the division?
I like the chances. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the odds of the Browns and the Ravens playing us at home.
Okay.
And I think we can beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh. I like that. I think I'm comfortable with saying that they can do that. What gets me is the next 2 wins because they can afford to lose the Bucs, but after that, the Bills, Patriots, and Tennessee, those are all conference games that you are so valuable when you're looking at a wild card spot. And the Patriots. Did we mention the Patriots?
We mentioned
okay.
the Patriots.
Yeah. So the Patriots, to me, and the Titans are the 2 that I look at and I go, okay, if we win those 2, we got a chance because you beat those guys, and if you beat the Patriots, at least you're knocking them down further down the wild card list. So you got to at least beat the Patriots. I think you can afford to lose to the Chiefs because they're pretty much guaranteed number 1 at this point. Unless we beat them, they've got to beat the Chargers again. But yeah, the Bills to me, like you could probably beat them, especially at home with the way that Josh Allen's been playing.
That's like 10 weeks from now, though.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying is like it's hard to really judge these games as they're coming, but the two that I see that they have to absolutely win is the Patriots game. Out of the 4 games that we mentioned, the Patriots game and one other AFC opponent, whether that's the Chiefs, the Bills, or the Titans. If they do that and they sweep the division, they'll be okay. They'll make it in the wild card somehow. But that's the only other way I can see it.
And we're not playing the woulda, coulda, shoulda game because we said it at the time. But you're not even doing this drill. You're not even doing this drill. If you're ready to play against the Steelers week 1 and you're ready to play against the Cowboys and Cooper Rush week 2.
Right.
And we're not even having this conversation. But that's where we sit, so we'll have it, and it'll seem like we're having it each and every day. I want to circle back real quick to the Titans.
Yeah.
Now, I know they did not beat some juggernaut opponent yesterday. But I'm telling you, this is a team people better watch. They better watch. You got the Bills sort of floundering around. You got the Chiefs who, yes, they're the number 1 seed right now in the AFC, but they have some cracks. Tennessee has cracks. I agree with that 100%. But I'm telling you, that's a smash-mouth team, and they are more than capable of going on the road in a bad weather place and winning a football game because of the way they can run the ball. Now, Henry did not run it as well this week. But I'm telling you, and I've said it for 3 weeks, there will be bigger ones after the Tennessee game. But in my opinion, if the Bengals win this week, that game the following week is the biggest game of the year for the Bengals.